now. All right, on to the next game. On to the next game here in a second. Oh, I still need this picture and the next one. One more picture. All right. Here we go. Dallas and Nashville is left. All right, Dallas. Nashville. From Nashville. Here we are, Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Nashville Ninjas, where today they face off against the Dallas Dragons. Suzuki and Carlson for the draw, won by William Carlson, and we are underway here in Nashville. Here's William Carlson, a one-timer shot, saved Jari right off the bat. Dallas is in their brand new away uniforms, the white jerseys, blue pants, white socks, burgundy gloves, white helmets with the blue and burgundy trim all throughout. Nashville is in their home golds with the gold jerseys, gold pants, gold socks, gold helmets, and gold gloves with the red and white trim throughout. Here's Vucinovic, a shot, saved Jari. Here's Keller, up to Gossespierre. Gossespierre to Keller, stolen by Suzuki. We had a trade today. In fact, just before these games started, the Dallas Dragons now employ Matt Martin. Here's a shot, save, and Trouba picks up the loose puck to Keller. To Rust. Brian Rust, the leading goal scorer in the league. Suzuki shot save made by Sorokin. He holds on. Brian Rust, with 2 goals in the Dragons' first game of the season, is the leading goal scorer so far. We have only played one game, though. Suzuki and Carlson for the draw to the right of Sorokin. The trade was Matt Martin to Dallas in exchange for Barclay Goodrow to Tampa Bay. So an interesting trade between those two teams. The Dragons pick up some grit. The Sharkheads pick up some skill. We'll see Barclay Goodrow in the next game. Here's a chance for Keller in front. Save made by Jari. Vucinovic in front. Save Jari. And he holds on. Both of these teams looking for their second win of the season. Both teams 1-0 to this point in the season. Cousins and Paling to the right of Tristan Jari. One by Cousins to Lyubushkin to Sanheim. Lyubushkin, the former Houston Comet. Travis Sanheim battling for the puck. In front comes to Paling and a shot, save Jari. And up to Sanheim. Both these teams playing in their second season in the MHL. Here's Shattenkirk to Paling. And a shot, save Jari, and he gets the rebound too. 12:16 to go in the first period. Scoreless between the Ninjas and Dragons. Cousins and Paling to the left of Tristan Jari this time. Seemingly most of this game has been in the Dragons zone. We've got a couple of shots, but not quite equal to Nashville. Here's a chance for Nyquist. He scores. 1-0. Ninjas. Nyquist from Paling, and Nashville is on the board early. Cousins and Paling for the ensuing faceoff. It's Gustav Nyquist from Ryan Paling. Cousins with his draw to Salo. Salo gets into the zone. Robin Salo for the Dragons in the far corner of the Nashville end. Battling. Mercer was there. Now Shattenkirk gives it up to Paling. Paling feeds it up to Nyquist. Nyquist gets into the zone. He's got the goal. Nyquist in the slot. Shot goes wide to Jari. Here's Salo to Mercer. Dawson Mercer for Dallas. Across to Jason Zucker. Zucker to Cousins. Loose puck taken by Ryan Suter. Nyquist for Nashville in his own zone. Feeds it up to Paling. Ryan Paling gets into the Dragon zone. In the corner. Now Salo taken by Mercer. It's Cousins. Dylan Cousins for the Dragons. Into the zone. Shot goes wide. Picked up at the half wall. Ian Cole's there. He's picked up in a trade with the Philadelphia Fusion, along with Jason Zucker. Van Riemsdyk up to Lewis. Lewis had it poked away from him by Mercer. Now Trevor Lewis battles Dawson Mercer, and James Van Riemsdyk comes up with it to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson at the high slot, or at the point, really. The shot, blocker aside by Jari to Salo. To Wallstrom. Wallstrom across to Sundqvist. Sundqvist back over to Salo, back to Nieto. Nieto was hit. Lewis picks up the Lewis puck. Now Mayfield in the slot. Shot! And it goes up high and wide. Jari might have gotten a piece. Sundqvist with it for Dallas. He has to battle for it. He keeps control. Van Riemsdyk is there. Lewis comes up with it. Lewis in front. Shot. Save Jari. He holds on. No, he doesn't. He passes it out to Robin Salo. Didn't expect that one. Cross center red and into the Nashville zone. Robin Salo had it stolen by Mayfield. Mayfield off the boards, and Suzuki picks it up. And Salo, 5 seconds to go in the period. Nick Suzuki into the zone. Wallstrom, blast one, goes high and wide. In the first period will come to a close with Nashville in the lead, 1-0. First intermission report coming up. Gustav Nyquist is the difference maker. At the end of one period of play here in Nashville, it is 1-0 Ninjas. Shots are 10-2 in favor of Nashville. Hits one aside. Time on attack, 318 for the Nashville Ninjas, 140 for the Dallas Dragons. Pass percentage, 93.3 for Dallas, 92 for Nashville. Faceoffs are 4-2 Ninjas. No penalty minutes, power plays, power play minutes, or shortened goals to report to this point in the game. And it's time for period number 2. Suzuki and Carlson will get us started in the second period. Won by Carlson again to Gossesfair. Gossesfair across center red and into the zone is Keller. Keller looks for Carlson. These two teams will meet 4 times this season, twice here. Well, one other time here, and then twice in Dallas. This is the first of 4. Second game of the season for both teams. 32 games in the regular season. 10 more than last season. Keller, Buchnevich, shot, save, rebound. Buchnevich tries to stuff one home, and Jari is on top of it. And we're going to take a look at that. Did this cross the line? Oh, it is so close. This is a close call. Just making sure that it didn't cross the line. It is no goal. Suzuki and Carlson for the draw to the right of Tristan Jari. One by Suzuki to Lyubushkin. Lyubushkin looking for a play. Pressured by a couple of ninjas, and Kairu, captain of the Dragons, feeds it up to Brian Rust. Brian Rust looks for Suzuki. Suzuki's shot comes in on Sorokin. He covers that. Cousins and Paling will take this draw to the right of Sorokin. One by Cousins. Here's Sanheim to Lyubushkin. Lyubushkin looking for a play. Saad has it. Mercer gets it to Lyubushkin. Labushkin, Mercer, up high, shot, save, rebound. Zucker couldn't bury it. In front, another save by Sorokin. And the puck comes to the near corner by Nyquist. To Paling. The only two players with points in this game. Labushkin to Mercer. Mercer gets into the Nashville zone. Toe drag, I don't know what he was thinking there, but he comes up with it anyway. There's Cousins from the side at a weird angle, and Sorokin passes it up to Trouba to Nyquist. Nyquist gets into the zone. Nyquist in the slot, saved by Jari. Nyquist kicks it around, picked up by Sanheim. Sanheim, half the game is gone. Travis Sanheim to Labushkin. Finds Mercer. He's into the zone for Dallas. Dawson Mercer, the former Sharkhead. Picks it up. Finds Cole. Ian Cole for the Dragons. In the slot, shot goes high and wide. Arvidsson, battle for the puck. Along the wall, Paling comes up with it. Paling's backhand save made by the blocker of Tristan Jari. Now Salo. Robin Salo up to Matt Nieto. Nieto across center red. Not very far though. And we have a penalty here. Wahlstrom tried to take the puck, and a slashing call is going to Victor Arvidsson. Dragons will get the game's first power play. And the fans not happy about it. Right here, Arvidsson got the hands up on Wahlstrom. And that will be 2 for slashing. Suzuki and Lewis to the left of Ilya Sorokin. Faceoffs 5-4 Nashville. And now even at 5. Here's Rust. Kyrou couldn't get the shot off. Suter backhands this one out and all the way down. First power play opportunity of the night for either team. Sanheim gets hit. Bailey is in shorthanded. Bailey up high to Trouba. And now Suzuki will go the other way. Suzuki, he's got Rust. Rust, backhand pass to Kyrou. Kyrou looks for Suzuki in front. And it's taken by Trouba. Now Lewis, loose puck. Offside by Sanheim. And unfortunate because it just went in the net. Suzuki and Carlson. 48 seconds to go on the power play. Face off won by Carlson. Here's Shattenkirk. He gets hit, but he got it all the way down. Take a hit, makes play. Dylan Cousins to Nick Suzuki to Brian Rust. Across center red. Into the zone. Shattenkirk with it. Now Andrighetto. Blocked and up and out of play. Over the bench. Suzuki and Lewis. 1-0 Ninjas. 4:27 to go in the second period. Won by Suzuki to McDermott. Suzuki was picked up in a trade with the Seattle Sockeye. Here's a chance for the Dragons, and a shot goes high and wide. Van Riemsdyk will take it the other way for Dallas. Nashville. Arvidsson with it out of the box. Victor Arvidsson couldn't keep possession. Now in the near corner. Victor Arvidsson off the boards to Van Riemsdyk. Looks for Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk in front. One-timer blocked in front. Kyrou across center red into the Nashville zone. Kyrou's shot save made by Sorokin. Kyrou still battling for it. He comes in with it. Here's a chance for Sundqvist. He couldn't stuff it home. Loose puck behind the net. Suter pressured by Sundqvist. Suter gets out of the zone though. Arvidsson with 5 seconds to go in the period. 3 seconds. Arvidsson shot saved by Jari. Zekas Van Riemsdyk. Arvidsson backhand try. Stopped by Jari. And the second period comes to an end. 1-0 Ninjas through 40 minutes. Second intermission report coming up. At the end of 2 periods of play, it is now still 1-0 in favor of the Nashville Ninjas. Shots, after I get this sorted out. Shots are 15-7 in favor of Nashville. Hits are 3 aside. Time on attack, 5:19 for Nashville, 4:13 for Dallas. Pass percentage, 95% for Nashville, 88.6 for Dallas. Face-off, 6 aside. Penalty minutes, 2 for the Ninjas, as the Dragons are 0 for 1 with 2 minutes of power play time. No shorter goals in the game, and it's time for period number 3. Third and final period of regulation. About to start here in Nashville. Suzuki and Carlson for the draw. Both teams are 1-0, looking for their second victory of the season. One of these teams will lose for the first time. Let's see if they can both get a point, make it a 3-point game. Kairu into the zone. And now Labushkin or Suzuki. Shot saves Sorokin, and he holds on. Suzuki and Carlson for the draw. Left of Sorokin. Tie up, won by the Ninjas. Loose puck to Keller. Clayton Keller for Nashville. And he comes in offside. Just over 2 minutes gone in the second period. Still a 1-0 score from the Ninjas. Gustav Nyquist with the game-winning goal so far. Suzuki and Carlson for the draw in front of the Dragons bench. Won by Suzuki to Sanheim to Rust. Ryan Rust, the league's leading goal scorer, with 2. Here's a chance. Labushkin shot save made, rebound. Suzuki couldn't bury it. Suzuki in the near corner, up high to Sanheim. Sanheim walks in front, shot save made by Sorokin. On the attempt by Kairu. Kairu's backhand try, save made, and Suzuki wasn't quite there. Now Kairu looks for Suzuki. Suzuki to Rust. Ryan Rust had knocked off of it by Vucinovic, and he gets it up to Keller. Clayton Keller for Nashville. Fans happy about that. The shot blocked in front. Carlson was looking for it. Backhand pass goes a little too high, but Gossesbear comes up with it. Now Vucinovic. Carlson. Carlson's shot goes high and wide. Jacob Truba to Vucinovic. Shot blocked. Carlson off the boards and gets it to Gossesbear. Pressure from Nashville. Vucinovic in front. Shot saved Jari, and he will give his team a breather. 12:04 to go in regulation. 1-0 Ninjas in Nashville. Paling and Cousins. One at the tie-up by Dawson Mercer. Here's Jason Zucker. Jason Zucker, probably the biggest pickup for the Dragons in the offseason. A shot right into the glove of Sorokin, and he comes up with that and holds on. 11:08 to go in the third period. 1-0 Nashville. Cousins and Paling to the right of Sorokin. Join us for the next game. It's Tampa Bay and Kentucky from Louisville, Kentucky. Here's Gossesbear, up to Saad. Saad, up to Nyquist. Nyquist gets into the zone. Shot saved by Jari. Mercer tries to work it up. He got it to Zucker. Zucker's being pressured. Finds the pass over to Cousins. Cousins looks for Mercer. Couldn't get a shot away. Gossesbear was in front. Nyquist pokes it away. Got it poked away, and Salo comes up with it. Now to Zucker, to Cousins. Cousins looking for a lane. He finds Mercer. Mercer blocked by Truba. Under 8 minutes to go. Saad across center red into the Dallas zone. Brandon Saad at the point. Shot save made by Jari. Ian Cole. Wallstrom up to Cousins. Cousins gets into the zone. Cousins finds Nieto. Nieto backhand try hits one of the Ninjas up high. He looks to be no worse for wear. Brandon Saad to Paling. Now taken by the Ninjas. It's Brandon Saad again. He's in the zone. Pass lane was blocked. Suter has it though. Suter into the far corner. Sunkfist for the Dragons. Kicks it around. Looks for a teammate, Ian Cole. Under 3 minutes to go. Here's Matt Nieto. Into the zone. Nieto into the slot. Shot blocked, and Sorokin had to be sharp right there. Suter. Arvidsson works it out of the zone to Van Riemsdyk. JVR in front of the Nashville bench. Loose puck to Salo. Salo in the final minute of regulation. Be watching for Jari to go to the bench at any second now. Here's Wallstrom. Across center red into the zone. There goes Tristan Jari. Empty net for Dallas rather. Here's Wallstrom. Wallstrom looks. Pass was blocked. Wallstrom with it. 37 to go. Wallstrom into the front, and a shot blocked in front. Sorokin might have gotten a piece of that. Empty net for Dallas. Van Riemsdyk's got it. 27 seconds to go. JVR. Cross center red, and off the post. 20 seconds to go. Dallas might have one more rush. Here's Kairu. Kairu into the zone. He's got a chance, but he lost it. Carlson up to Van Riemsdyk. 10 seconds left. Sundqvist. And now Labushkin. They got to hurry up, or they're going to try to make something happen. Ian Cole. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and Nashville victorious. Ninjas improved to 2-0 on the season. Dallas falls to 1-1. They will limbo into their third game of the season with a victory. Post-game recap is coming up. At the end of this one, the Nashville Ninjas are victorious by a score of 1-0. That goal coming in the first period. Shots were 18-14 in favor of the Ninjas. Hits were 6-4 Nashville. Time on attack 7:24 for Nashville, 6:59 for Dallas. Pass percentage 93.2 for Dallas, 91.7 for Nashville. Faceoffs 9-8 Dragons. Penalty minutes 2 for the Ninjas as the Dragons go over 1 with 2 minutes proper time. No shorter goals in the game. And now we do stats, picks, and standings. Nyquist from Paling. Tristan Jarry takes up the loss. 1 goal against on 18 shots. $965. Now we'll go down to Nashville. That was Nyquist's second goal of the season. Paling's first assist. Sorokin with the win. There's not allowed a goal yet. That was easy. Now, picks and standings. Only 1 goal. Bear with me as I do the standings, as I'm getting pictures, so it will take a minute. Just fair warning. Snowhawks idle past the Dragons because of same amount of points and less games played. Dragons fall to third. Snowhawks move up. Standings are all kinds of whack in the beginning of the season. Snowhawks Dragons will stay the same in the conference as they are in the division. So just flip spots. Dragons and Comets are now tied in the standings. Up here, Dragons will fall below everyone except the Comets. The Bears are still the only team with a loser point. It's crazy because the preseason, like every game was going to an overtime or shootout. A lot of teams would have points. All right, we got that figured out. We'll do the Ninjas here in a second. There's picture number 1. Get Jason Zucker right here. Ninjas stay right where they are. The Ninjas are so far having their best season ever because last season they started 0-5. This season they have started 2-0. They will pass the Lincolns in both the division, the conference and league. They're the first team to go 2-0. But the Lincolns could potentially pass them in the game we're about to do because that is their game. They could go 2-0. They're playing the Tampa Bay Sharkheads, though, so it's going to be a tight one, and I know that. Those two teams are quite the powerhouses. But as it stands right now, the Nashville Ninjas are atop the league. Standings updated at 10:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll come here to the Colonial Division for the next game standings. Move this down to the Kentucky and Tampa game. And all right, 2 more pictures, and then we are on to game number 3 of 6. And let's keep Uchnevich. That's not a bad picture, if I get the angle right. That's a crazy picture. All right, done with the boring part. That one was pretty easy. Let's get on to Tampa and Kentucky. All right, Tampa and Kentucky. We're going to see Kentucky's home jerseys for the first time in the regular season. First regular season game wearing them. And Tampa Bay's new away jerseys. Let's go. Here we are, Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky. Home of the Kentucky Lincolns. Barkov and Duchesne will get us started in this one. A Colonial Division matchup. Won by Barkov to Haskinen to Theodore. The Tampa Bay Sharkheads are in their brand new white away uniforms with the white jerseys, teal pants, white socks, teal gloves, and white helmets. The jerseys and gloves and pants all get a revamp. The socks stay the same. The light blue and teal trim all throughout. Kentucky is in their home browns with the brown jerseys, brown pants, brown socks, brown gloves, and brown helmets with the green, blue, and white trim all throughout. Here's a chance saved by Hellebuck and turned aside. Theodore to Haskinen. A trade today between the Dragons and Sharkheads, so Barclay Goodrow is now a Tampa Bay Sharkhead. Matt Martin, now a Dallas Dragon. Here's Barkov's shot, save made by Markstrom. Pareko feeds it up to Robertson. Jason Robertson for the Lincolns. Gets into the zone. One-timer shot, score on the first shot of the game from Kyle Connor. Oh, excuse me, not the first shot of the game, but a one-timer goal. Kyle Connor has Kentucky on the board from Robertson and Pareko. Barzell and Heischer for the draw. Won by the Sharkheads at the tie-up, and we immediately have a penalty to Kentucky. So right after scoring, we get a slashing call, and Jonathan Marchessault is heading to the box. Fans not happy. This is the first of 4 meetings between these two teams. The other 2, or there will be 2 in Tampa Bay and 1 more here. Barzell and Middlestat for this draw. Left of Markstrom. Excuse me, won by Middlestat. Marino has it. A bouncer. And now Ehlers. Couldn't keep the loose puck for himself. Bertuzzi has it. Backhands it off the glass and all the way down. Here's Quinn Hughes, brother of Jack Hughes of the Houston Comets. Theodore across center red. Lost it to Bertuzzi. He got hit though. Now Middlestat to Marino. Marino flips it into the zone and picked up by Shea Theodore. The Kentucky Lincolns are the relocated Virginia data centers from last season. There's a chance Barzell couldn't get the pass to who he wanted to. Now Middlestat, 13 seconds to go on the power play. That should just about do it for the man advantage. Tampa Bay Sharkheads won the Jasper Trophy last season and then swept in the first round of the playoffs by the California Snowhawks, who went on to win the whole thing. The underdogs with the sweep. Here's a chance in front. Save Markstrom. Now Barzell couldn't keep the loose puck. Barzell to Hughes. Hughes to Theodore. Theodore to Barzell. Barzell to Ehlers. These two teams, quite the powerhouses. And the Colonial Division is probably the toughest one in the entire league. Last season, a lot of teams in this division could have made the playoffs. And only 2 were just good enough. It was the Tampa Bay Sharkheads and Miami Panthers that made it from this division. Barzell into the zone. Now Graves feeds it up to Farabee. Farabee kept onside by Ehlers. Ehlers to Barzell. Barzell with it. Looks in front. Shot saved Markstrom, and he holds on to the rebound as well. 6:28 to go in the first period. 1-0 Kentucky in Louisville. Dvorak and Heischer to the right of Jacob Markstrom. Won by Heischer. Taken by Yarncroke, and a shot saved Markstrom. Dvorak and Heischer to the left of Markstrom. Won by Dvorak to Drysdale to Anderson. That is Mikey Anderson, recent pickup in a trade with the Frankfurt Darkness. They are idle today. They will play tomorrow in Carolina. Lindell to Marchessault. Marchessault into the zone. And now Drysdale. And if you don't know already, you can subscribe to the MHL channel on YouTube, where the games that are happening live right now will be posted in a couple days on YouTube. You can go back and watch all the games that have happened from the preseason if you really want to. Here's Lindell. Marchessault shot goes up high and wide. Fair warning, there are a lot of videos on YouTube because of streams dying. So that's why I make them private at the start, so that way you can just go back and watch individually. Like, I number it, try to get it to be in the right order. Saved by Markstrom right there, and Barkov and Fogel will take this draw with just under 9 seconds to go in the period. On by Fogel to Parayko. Parayko along the half wall, feeds it up to Fogel. 3 seconds to go in the period. Lafreniere. 1 second to go. Barkov has it, feeds it up out of the zone, and the period comes to a close. 1-0 Kentucky through one. Second period coming up right after the first intermission report. At the end of one period of play, it is 1-0 Kentucky on their only shot of the game. So it was their first shot that Kentucky scored on. I was mistaken earlier. Tampa has 6 shots on goal. Hits are 4-1 Kentucky. Time on attack 150 for Tampa Bay, 55 seconds for Kentucky. Pass percentage 96.2 for Tampa Bay, 95 for Kentucky. Faceoffs are 3 aside as the Lincolns have 2 minutes in penalties, and the Sharkheads are 0 for 1 with 2 minutes of power play time. Second period coming up right now. Second period of play coming up right now. It's Barkov and Duchesne. One by Barkov, but Robertson comes up with it to Lindell. Essa Lindell to Duchesne. He is offside. And we were going to draw outside of the zone. Game 2 of the season for both of these teams. 30 to go after. As mentioned before, they will meet 4 times in total. This is number 1. They'll meet 1 more time here and twice in Tampa Bay. That is new this season. Extended by 10 games, the regular season is. Last season was 22 games. Sharkheads won 17 of 22 last season. Pretty impressive if you ask me. There has been better. 18-3-1 is the best record in league history. That is tied between the Houston Comets and British Columbia Wipeout. In Season 3, both teams did that. Saved by Markstrom here. Both teams did that, and they met in the MHL Cup Final. It was only fitting. Comets won that series in 5 games. Barkov and Hischier to the left of Markstrom here. Jamie Benn won that series with an overtime goal in Game 5. Here's Marchessault. With it. Shot. Blocked. Now Heiskanen. Heiskanen to Theodore. Theodore to Barkov. Barkov to Marner. If you put a list of teams that haven't won the Cup that deserve it the most, the Sharkheads are probably right at the top of there, along with the Albany Fighting Swans. And you could probably put the British Columbia Wipeout in that list too. Just some teams that haven't had the best of luck in the playoffs, but have always been very good in terms of performance. Here is Nikolai Ehlers. Looks for a shot. Save made by Markstrom, and he'll hold on to that. 13:01 to go in the second period. 1-0 Kentucky. Barzell and Hischier to the right of Jacob Markstrom. One by Hischier to Graves. Ryan Graves will take it up out of the zone across center red, and he gets into the Tampa Bay zone. Tries to dump it. It gets deep into the zone. Near corner is Heiskanen. Heiskanen kicks it around. Loose puck finds Troy Terry. He gets it up to Theodore. Theodore to Barzell. Matt Barzell finds a lane. Tried to cut through. He was unable to. Jonathan Marchessault. Nico Hischier. Hischier back into the Tampa zone. He gets double teamed, and the loose puck comes into the near corner for Heiskanen. Miro Heiskanen for Tampa Bay. Number 4 in white. Shot, save, rebound in front. Ehlers wasn't able to stuff it home. Markstrom has it. He'll hold on. 8:55 to go in the second period, if I can speak English. Shannon Middlestat for the draw. Left of Markstrom this time. One by Shen. Back to Hughes. Hughes to Tkachuk, and a shot. Turned aside by Markstrom. Brady Tkachuk, brother Matthew, plays for the British Columbia Wipeout. Middlestat for the hit. Here's Tkachuk. Up high for Anderson. That's Rasmus Anderson. Now Backstrom. Back to Anderson. Over to Hughes. Hughes walks in. Didn't take a shot, shockingly. Shen lost the puck, and now Farabee will go the other way. Joel Farabee for Kentucky. Turned it over to Tkachuk. Tkachuk. He's got about 5.5 minutes left in the second period. Turned it over to Pesce. Pesce gets it up to Middlestat. Middlestat to Farabee. Poked away by Shen. He's still battling for it. Farabee comes up with it again. Now taken by Tkachuk, but Pesce has it. Now to Farabee. Joel Farabee across center red and into the Sharkhead zone. Farabee teed it up. Didn't quite go the way he wanted to. Now here's Kyle Connor. He's the goal scorer. Shot, save Hellebuck, and he holds on to that. 1-0 Kentucky. 2:43 to go in the second. Dvorak and Duchesne for the draw. One by Duchesne. Here's Marino. He got hit. Barry with it. Barry to Connor. He gets poked away. He gets it poked away from him across center red. And Marino has to retreat almost all the way back to his own end. Here's Robertson up to Duchesne. At the half wall. Finds Robertson. Shot save Hellebuck. He'll cover that. And we'll get a face-off. 58.8 to go in the second period. 1-0 Kentucky. In game number 2 of the season. Dvorak and Duchesne to the left of Connor Hellebuck. There's a big hit, and Marino goes down. Dvorak with it for Tampa Bay. Dvorak, the former Dallas Dragon, walks into the zone. Shot goes wide. Here is Duchesne. He gets hit. Loose puck taken by Anderson. And the period comes to a close. 1-0 Kentucky through 40 minutes. Second intermission report coming up, followed by the third period. At the end of 2 periods of play, it is still a 1-0 game in favor of the Lincolns. Shots are 11-4 Tampa Bay, so keep an eye on that. The pressure from the Sharkheads is really something. Hits are 6-5 Tampa Bay. Time on attack 4:03 for Tampa Bay, 2:14 for Kentucky. Pass percentage 96.9 for Kentucky. They improve as Tampa Bay falls a little bit, 88%. Faceoffs are 7-6 Kentucky. Penalty minutes 2 for Kentucky. 0 for 1 the power play for Tampa Bay with 2 minutes power play time. No shorting goals in this game. It's time for the third and final period of regulation. Third and final period of play in regulation. Barkov and Duchesne will get us started. Alexander Barkov loses this one to Duchesne. Barkov, the captain of the Sharkheads. The Lincoln's captain is Colton Perico. Barkov with it. Off the boards, finds Duchesne, which is not who he wanted to get it to. Loose puck to Heiskanen. Now to Kaprizov, picked up in a trade with the Kansas City Cowboys. They'll be in action tomorrow at home against the California Snowhawks. Here's Perico. Turned it over to Marner. Marner now to Barkov. Barkov gets into the zone. Alexander Barkov finds Kaprizov. Kaprizov shot. Save Markstrom. He holds on. Both of these teams winners in their first games of the season, looking to be improving to 2-0. Barkov and Duchesne. Tampa Bay beating the Carolina Captains. Here's Heiskanen. In front now Lindell. Go the other way. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Kentucky Lincolns are playing the Miami Panthers. Here's Heiskanen. Kaprizov. If they weren't playing the Panthers, they were playing the Tigers. Barkov. Marner. Tigers losers today. 1-0 against Houston. And Markstrom will pick up this loose puck and cover that. 13:56 to go. Period 3. 1-0 Kentucky. Barzell and Heischer for the draw. On the tie-up, it's won by the Lincolns. Besser with it. Cross center red and not quite into the Tampa Bay zone before he got hit. Marchessault gets into the zone, though. Now to Lindell. Lindell to Perico. Captain of the Lincolns. Looks for Heischer. A shot. Turned aside by Hellebuck. Barzell. 2 wheelers. Lost the puck. Now Barzell. Across center red. Into the zone. Barzell to Terry. Terry shot goes wide. Barzell for Tampa Bay. In front chance save made on the try by Ehlers. And now Lindell. Gets it out. Estelle Lindell. Looks for a play. Taken by Anderson. Beats it up to Terry across center red. Into the zone. Troy Terry looks for Ehlers. Shot save made. Rebound comes all the way out to the high point for Anderson. Now Hughes. Hughes to Terry. Terry Shen. Shen wasn't able to get a shot off. Behind the net is Ehlers. Ehlers runs into his own teammate Shen. Shen got knocked off the puck by Marchessault. Still a battle for the puck. Loose puck to Besser. 7 minutes to go in period 3. 1-0 Kentucky. Ehlers takes it out. 11 shutouts in the opening day of the MHL season. Let's see if we can get one. Or Markstrom here is a chance save made by Hellebuck. And Farabee tried again. Hellebuck still comes up with that. 5:05 to go in the third period. 1-0 Lincolns. Shannon Middlestat will take this draw to the right of Connor Hellebuck. Won by Shen this time. Now here's Haskinen up to Backstrom. Nick Backstrom to Theodore. Shea Theodore across to Brady Kachuk. Kachuk. And a zone shot save made by Markstrom. He holds on. 3:39 to go in period 3. Still 1-0. Shannon Middlestat. Won by Shen this time. Haskinen shot save made. Rebound in front. And Markstrom comes up with that as well. .307 to go in the third. Shannon Middlestat. Right of Jacob Markstrom. 3:07 to go. Middlestat wins this one to Pesci. Pesci feeds it up to Farabee. He got hit. Middlestat gets it up to Bertuzzi. And the Lincolns are into the Tampa zone. Tyler Bertuzzi to Ryan Graves. Now taken by Theodore. Theodore to Haskinen. Haskinen to Kachuk. Kachuk, Theodore. Theodore to Shen. Last minute of regulation. Sharkhead still looking for the answer. Backstrom kicks it around to Robertson. Be looking for Hellebuck to head of the bench at any moment. Kick save made by Hellebuck. Robertson in front. Hellebuck has to come up with that. 40 seconds left in regulation in a 1-0 game. The next game will be the Miami Panthers and Norfolk Irrelevant. Stick around for that. Barkov and Duchesne to the left of Hellebuck. Won by Barkov to Hughes. Hughes almost stuffed it in his own net. Duchesne kicks it around. The next game will be the last game in the South Conference for this day. The next two after that will be in the North. Here's Kaprizov as the empty net on the other end for Tampa. Kaprizov couldn't get the puck back. Connor to Robertson. He gets hit. Connor still battling for it. Loose puck taken by the Sharkheads. Better cross to Barkov. To Kaprizov. He's got 8 seconds. Heischer with the puck. Nico Heischer. Open net. Fires and scores. Nico Heischer with 2.4 to go. 2-0 Kentucky. Barzell and Heischer will take the ensuing faceoff. It's a 2-0 score, and this game is all but over. The assist to Ryan Graves. Nico Heischer with the empty netter. Barry with the puck off the draw, and the Kentucky Lincolns improve to 2-0. Kentucky undefeated in the regular season since moving to Kentucky. And they'll march onto the boards. In unison. 2-0 the final score. Post-game recap coming up. At the end of this one, the Kentucky Lincolns are victorious by a score of 2-0. Shots were 20-9 in favor of Tampa Bay. Hits were 10-9 in favor of Kentucky. Time on attack, 6:40 for Tampa Bay, 4 minutes for Kentucky. Pass percentage, 88.8 for Tampa Bay, 88.5 for Kentucky. Faceoffs, 11-10 in favor of Kentucky. Penalty minutes, 2 for the Lincolns as the Sharkheads go 0 for 1 with 2 minutes power play time. No shorting goals in the game. And now it's time for stats, picks, and standings. Kyle Connor from Robertson and Pareko. Apologies if you can hear the noise coming from the other room. Heischer from Graves. Connor, Robertson, Pareko, Fisher, Graves. This is Connor's third goal of the season, so he is now the leading goal scorer in the league. And Pareko's third point. Fisher has 2 points. Graves picks up his first. Markstrom 2-0. Still has not allowed a goal. Faces 20 shots, so he's faced the most shots out of every goal center this season. 36. Hellebuck falls to 1-1. He faces 9 shots. 1 goal against. .956 save percentage. Alright, we got that done. Miami and Norfolk is the next game. I apologize, but I will be right back to do the picks and standings. One minute, please. Alright, sorry about that. Had to take care of some business. Alright. Get the goals. Update the standings. Sharkheads are going to fall past the irrelevance. Here we go. They're going to flip-flop in the division as well. 1. So they won't start 12-0 this season. Yeah, that was relatively easy. Oh, well, not quite. 2 games played. They're going to fall below the Comets, actually. Shark heads again. It's crazy. You can be 7th in your conference and still make the playoffs. Just the way the league is set up. We got that picture. Time for Nico Hischier. Get the Lincoln's taken care of. Lincoln's 2-0. 4 points. 2 regulation wins. Differential is +5. So they will pass the Ninjas again. From goal differential alone. There's some teams that still have not allowed a goal. All right, standings updated at 10:32. Exactly 30 minutes. And now, back up to the Colonial Division. That's where we're at right now. All right. Let's get on to the next game here. As soon as I get a picture for the Sharkheads, we'll go with Kaprizov, the biggest signing, or the biggest trade for the Sharkheads in the offseason. All right, let's get on to Miami and Norfolk. Norfolk is at home. Miami on the road. Let's go. We are here in Norfolk, Virginia, home of the Norfolk Irrelevance. Today they play host to the Miami Panthers. Lindholm and Point will get us started. The opening faceoff is won by Elias Lindholm to Bouchard to Miller. Here is JT Miller in for Miami in front.